serious contender despite his 1% in the last election. For him to go and be a headline speaker there, I think it's a demotion for him. And if I were advising him, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. Say, no, it's too early for this. I would say, like, yeah, you can send your party chair, send some other people, let them go. But you going there now, I think it's a demotion for him. It's a kind of why. Again, it's about positioning, and that's why you got to think about it. It's about political positioning. He still pitches himself as a contender for the presidency. Isn't that so? And because of that, I mean, like, maybe it's none of my business. Let me move my mouth for everybody. But I wouldn't have done that, right? I think it's a demotion for him. Beyond that, it's good for opposition actors to engage. I mean, we saw it in the lead up to 2023. It wasn't it didn't end as rosily as it started. You follow that process, right? What was it called? The CPP or something? Yeah. Primary opposition political. At the time, the Unity Party was in opposition. It was a primary vehicle that people were using as opposition actors, right? They even signed a framework document that ended up being fingered in quotations and amongst other things. And so I'm not putting much into this. 3 years to 2029. I'm not giving much stock. Yeah, I think it's being overinflated. The political climate will gradually try to cement down, like you pointed, around late 2027, moving into 2028. That's when you really know who stands where.
They're giving the candidate there for who to wear before they can sleep. But let me say something to you. Let me say something to you. I said to you, every year they come with the same story. Just another day, someone said that, when I was in the Senate, as the president of the Senate, Georgia did not put a hand up. My people, in a very soft tone. Yes, you are correct. You will not see my hand because every time I put it on, you will be sleeping. So how you see my hand? Mr. President, you will not be.
Wait, you said what's your name?
John, some calling from women community.
Yeah, so what do you say about this election?
Thank you very much. I would prefer the paper to go.
Who is your papi?
JB.
Why?
Thank you very much because one fight.
Monday to Friday, 9 to 11. Blaze Radio, they bring talk with the heaven. Ambassador KONAH RUFUS on the mic. For talking points, we go shine the light. Talking point for Blaze Day. 90.7 online every day. Politics, news and truth we bring. For Liberia, we go make you sing. We talk the matter, no go hide, no go run. From Monrovia to every town, we get the one. Issues with matter, we go break them down. For the people, for the youth, for the whole town. Talking point for Blaze Day.
What a pleasant way to welcome you folks to tonight's edition of the program. Wherever you are.
Area, we go make you sing. Ambassador RUFUS is Sabi.
Folks, I love to say welcome.
No be for fame. From government talk to street side chats. Talking points, they give you all that. You fit calling, you fit talk your mind. For Blaze we listen, no one go blind.
Folks, I love to say welcome to tonight's edition of the program. Today is June 26, 2026. Folks, I love to say welcome.
Every day, politics, news and truth.
Welcome to the weekend edition of your favorite nighttime program. That's the Talking Point.
Show, Talking Point for Blaze with the real.
It is only on Blaze Radio 98.7 FM and Blaze Online TV on Facebook and YouTube. So I love to say welcome to the a photo miss. So those of you watching us online, I'd love to say welcome to tonight's edition of the program. But folks, before we go further, let's inform you that the Blaze cash giveaway is on. Yeah, let us inform you that the Blaze cash giveaway is on. So what you need to do right now is just to dial *799 *9 hash. That's the code *799 *9 hash. Put in your transaction to stand a chance to walk away with cash in different categories. Okay, *799 *9 hash. That's the code. Today is Friday, so that means today's the jackpot day. You are going to be walking away with huge number of cash. Yeah, tonight you are going to be walking away with huge amount of cash, folks. Yeah, huge amount of cash. That's what you are going to be walking with. So what you need to do right now, just pick up your Lone Star cell phone in order to win for yourself 30,000, 25,000 Liberian dollars. In order to have an opportunity to win any of those amounts, just dial *799 *9 hash and you follow the instruction. Okay, *799 *9 hash. You follow the instruction for you to win for yourself 25,000 Liberian dollars. Okay, win for yourself 25,000 Liberian dollars. 30,000 Liberian dollars, and our big winners going to walk away with 50,000 Liberian dollars tonight. So just pick up your Lone Star cell phone and dial *799 *9 hash. So as soon we get a couple of people coming in with their transaction, we'll go for our first group of winners. Okay, so while we are talking, be putting in your transaction. Okay, while we are talking, be putting in your transaction. That's the Blaze Catch giveaway. The code is *799 *9 hash. That's the code. Those of you watching us online, the code is right on your screen. So that's *799 *9 hash to be part of those that are playing tonight and stand an opportunity, a chance to be one of our many winners here tonight. So yeah, keep putting your transaction to make your number visible in the system tonight. So while you are putting your transaction, let's see if we can bring you some issues. Yeah, so like we said, the Congress for Democratic Change, and that's the CDC, they are currently in Grangeville County, and tomorrow should be their celebration, their 22nd celebration, anniversary celebration, as well as their Militant Day. So they are there, and yeah, I think they are having a joyous time together, and that is good for them. That is good for them, and we wish them success as well. Okay, we wish them success as well. So former Montserrat County District More 8 representative just posted this few minutes ago. He said UP is jittering because the MDCC has demonstrated that even in the absence of its flag bearer, it can mobilize its base intentionally with a mass-based authority that UP has never done and can never do. 2029 absolute first round CDC. So you guys ready for the first round thing again? You're ready for the first round thing again? Yeah, so that is what the Congress, that's the former representative for District Number 8, Montserrat County, I can agree. That's what he is saying about their gathering. They believe they are putting a good number of people that the other party cannot do. But again, I always say this to people when it comes to number, putting a crowd. Again, yeah, the argument maybe will be among the CDC and the other party, but you cannot take that from any of the parties. No, you just cannot take that from them. The two parties has the potential, the capacity to put out crowd. Yeah, the two parties has that potential. They have that ability to put a crowd. So in my mind, I do not think putting a crowd should be something that a party, because we are seeing other political parties who do not really do well during election time. We are seeing them putting out crowd. Yeah, we are seeing them putting a crowd. So putting a huge number of people is good, but I do not think right now lots of Liberians really look at that, because almost every political party has shown that they can put a crowd, some level of massive crowd. Like during the 2023 election, we saw the ANC who could not get 2% in the election. They put a huge number of people. We saw LINU, right, the Liberian National Union, put a huge number of people as well. So there have been this issue of putting crowd among, it's normal thing among political parties. Because one thing that I observe is that some of those same people, those people can put out. For instance, when CC put out huge number of people today, when you're the party putting out a huge number of people, you will see some of those people who are to CC area, some of them be to Unity Party area. Yeah. Some of them will be there. So putting a crowd in my mind, it is not something that politicians should be talking about in Liberia. Again, it is important to boost your morale, to make your opponent maybe jitter, but I do not think other opponents can jitter right now because everyone can put a crowd. So yeah, but that is what Akara's Gray has said. Yeah, that is what Akara Gray has said. First, those of you just joining us, we'd love to say welcome. If you're watching us online, don't forget, tell us where you're watching us from. We want to know you as well, so tell us where you are watching us from. Yeah, tell us where you are watching us from. Okay, the man Elijah Nuobono, he say ambassador. Let me read his comment. Say, good evening, ambassador. I'm following the platform from a deployable role leading to the Zinahil community in district number 6, Montserrat County. Thanks for always updating us on issues of paramount concern. Thanks for finding us, Elijah. Thanks for finding us as well. Yes, so I think the Ministry of Public Works should take note of Elijah's comment every night. I think the Ministry of Public Works should take note of Elijah Nuobono comments as well, okay? Because every night he usually talk about that deplorable role. Every night. First, keep putting your transaction *799 and *9#. Continue to put in your transaction to make your number visible. $200 Liberian per ticket. Let's see if we can get 15%. We'll put in the number of tickets. Then we'll run to our system to give us some cash while we are on the show. The code is *799 *9#. Okay, that's the code. Put in your transaction to make your number visible. As soon as we can reach 15 people quickly, let's get 15 people coming in with any number of tickets. 15 people coming with any number of tickets quickly, then we run to our system. So, folks, lately, President Joseph Boakai, when I say lately, I mean this evening, President Joseph Boakai have been doing some things. Yeah, the president have been doing something this evening. So let's see if we can bring you some update about some of those things the president have done. So I'm reading from the executive mansion page. President Joseph Boakai has suspended the chairperson of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, Councillor Dempster Brown, for an indefinite period without pay, pending the outcome of investigations into serious allegations of misconduct. The decision follows formal complaints submitted by commissioners of the NCHR alleging that Councillor Brown forged their signatures on a petition for a writ of habeas corpus filed before the Supreme Court of Liberia November 12, 2024. According to the complainants, the petition was filed without the knowledge or consent of the affected commissioners, who further contended that Chairman Brown misrepresented the filing as an official decision of the commission. The allegations, if substantiated, constitute a violation of Liberia's penal law, Title 26, Section 15.7, that 70, relating to the offense of forgery. In addition to the fraudulent allegations, 3 commissioners have accused Chairman Brown of failing to convene board meetings for nearly 2 years, contrary to the statutory requirements governing the operations of the commission. The complainants further allege that he arbitrarily withheld the compensation of fellow commissioners without legal authority as a punitive measure arising from disagreement over his decisions. In keeping with his commitment to accountability, transparency, and respect for the rule of law, President Walker has directed the Ministry of Justice to conduct a thorough investigation into the allegations and to take all appropriate legal actions should the claims be substantiated. The President has also instructed Councillor Brown to immediately surrender all government assets in his possession to the General Services Agency. Meanwhile, Commissioner Councillor Mohamed E. Fambule has been designated to serve as acting chairperson of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, pending further notice. The Bouaka administration remains steadfast in its commitment. Yes, so that is what President Bouaka has. That is what the president has done. So that is what exactly the president has done, making sure he has suspended Councillor Dempster Brown. Yeah, he suspended Councillor Dempster Brown for time indefinite and without pay on allegation of forgery as well. So that's a very grave crime as well. Yeah, it is a very grave crime. But again, yeah, we're gonna see what's happening. We are going to see what's happening, how the investigation is going to come to an end. We are going to see that. So, folks, those of you just joining us, we'd love to say welcome. Keep putting your transaction *799*9#. Let's bring you more happenings. What the president been doing this evening. President Joseph Boakai has issued Executive Order number 167, establishing a national task force to combat illicit mining activities, highlighting his administration's strides aimed at protecting Liberia's natural resources, preserving the environment, and ensuring that the country's mineral wealth benefit all Liberians. The executive order creates the Protect Our Resources Task Force, a multi-agency body mandated to immediately halt and prohibit all unlawful mining activities across Liberia. The task force will investigate illegal mining operations, confiscate equipment used in illicit activities, facilitate the arrest and prosecution of violators, and work closely with relevant security institutions to enforce the country's mining environmental laws. The executive order follows growing concerns over the widespread environmental destruction caused by illegal mining, including river diversion, dredging of waterways, deforestation, destruction of wetlands and farmlands, contamination of freshwater sources, and the unlawful use of hazardous substances such as mercury and cyanide. These activities have also contributed to significant revenue losses, undermine the rule of law, fuel smuggling, and threaten the livelihoods of communities across the country. The president emphasized that Liberia's mineral resources are national assets that must be managed responsibly for the benefit of present and future generations. Accordingly, the president That's accordingly, the task force has been directed to adopt a coordinated, intelligence-driven approach that combines law enforcement, environmental protection, community engagement, and institutional collaboration. Mr. Abraham KONAH has been appointed to chair the task force alongside members Ashford Pierre, Prince Moba, Tano Cassidy, and Charles Johnson. Other members of the task force will be representatives of the Ministry of Mines and Energy and the Environmental Protection Agency, as well as liaison officers from the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Liberia National Police. Yeah, so let's stop there. So that is what President Joseph Boakai has done. The president has set a task force to monitor the issue of mining activities in the country. And this task force is called Protect Our Resources Task Force. So the president has established through an executive order, Protect Our Resources Task Force. So they are going to be having the responsibility, or they have the responsibility to make sure they get rid of these illegal mining activities within the country. So anyone that will be found, any company, any group of people that will be found carry on illegal mining, the task force will seize your equipment. If possible, you will be arrested, you will be investigated and charged and taken to court. So Mr. Abraham KONAH, who is the former boss of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, Director General, have been appointed by President Joseph Boakai to head this task force. Yeah, so it's going to be, I think the initiative is good. In my mind, the initiative is good. But we're going to come back to this to also look at this particular development coming from the president. We're going to look at that. But folks, let's inform you that day before yesterday, we were here, we talked about Mr. Matthew Walker, who hired people to clean the road, and he will have paid them $50 per person. And he went to the president. The president gave him money for those people. He refused. So the people worked more than 3 months, but they did not receive their money. So day before yesterday, they went to call the attention of the president as well. This EPS guy, how he hired them. And we talk about it. We criticize him for his action, and we call on him to go on and pay those workers. So, fellow Liberians, who want to inform you that today we receive information from those workers, those people who worked, that Mr. Matthew Walker met with them today. Some of them receive cash. Some of them receive some of their money. So according to what we were told, some of them receive 2 months. Some of them receive almost 2 months. When I talk about almost 2 months, my year is $50. Some of them receive $80. So that's almost 2 months. Some of them receive 1 month as well. And Mr. Matthew Walker, according to them, promised them that he will pay their money next month. And this month, as this month comes to an end, he's going to pay them their balance money. That is what we were told. They told us. So I think that is a good development. That is the intent of us talking about it, because we wanted those people to receive their money. But let me say many thanks to Matthew Walker for the first step. But remember, he have not ended. You need to live up to your words to pay those people their balance money. We appreciate you for the effort, for you taking the bold step. When you do some of these things, when you err, it's better you correct your mistakes. And I think that is what Mr. Walker is on right now. That is why he's on right now, trying to correct his mistakes. So we should say thumbs up to him for the initiative. But one thing we want to say to you, you have not ended. You owe those people 3 months each. Now you pay some of them 2 months, some of them. So remember that you still owe them. They need to get their balance money. So as you talk about this month coming to an end, when this month ends, the first week next month, like we were told, please give those people their money. Okay? We want to say that to you, because if you do not do that, definitely they will inform us and we'll flag it again. We will flag it again. And like we've been saying, we will remain behind it. We'll leave behind this thing. We'll make sure that everyone that did their work for which you promised to pay them, those people receive their money. Even if it is one person, we'll remain talking about it until that one person receive their cash. That one you can be rest assured. We will do that because we want those people to receive their money. Okay? So it is very, very much important for us to do that. And we have to give that update because we talk about it. So when he's making effort, when he's contributing, paying those people money, we have to come back to say it. That's the best thing we have to do as an institution. Okay? So we just thought to say that. First, keep putting your transaction, *799 *9#. Continue to put in your transaction. So let's get ballon 9 more pressing. As soon as we get 9 more pressing, putting any number of tickets, then we'll run to the system to give us some cash. 9 pressing. Put in any number of tickets quickly, $200 Liberian dollars, stand a chance to work over 15,000. That's 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, and the big one is going to be 50,000 Liberian dollars on the jackpot edition of the Blaze Catch giveaway. *799 *9#. That's the code. Put in your transaction to make your number visible in the system. So yeah, let's see. I best we can go quickly right now to other issues. Yeah, let's see if we can go to our talking point. Yes. Continue to put in your transaction, *799 *9#. So folks, this issue of the jury tampering. Former Finance Minister Samuel Tuer was dragged to court by the state for corruption offenses. And they went through the case. The jurors acquitted the former finance minister, Samuel Tuer. Upon his acquittal, another development came out. And that has to do with allegation of jurors being tampered with, where there were reports that there were some jurors who entered the chamber or the basement with phones, although they were charged, but how did they manage? No one knows that. Although they were searched, but how did they manage to enter with phone? No one knows that. But somebody had phone, according to the allegation. According to the allegation, somebody, while they were on the case, they left the case, they were going for a party, for which they shouldn't have left the area. These are allegations that came out after the acquittal of former finance minister Samuel Tuer. And in fact, even after the case, they even have election, they have after case party where they went to have party together. So with those allegations, or with those things, there were allegations that those jurors were tampered with. So the government ran back to the court so the court can investigate the allegation. And that's the investigation the court is currently carrying out. But fellow Liberians, while the investigation is ongoing, something dramatic have come out from the investigation. So let me just read this. I'm reading this from Page Africa. Okay. So an investigation into alleged jury tampering in the Equator of former Finance and Development Planning Minister Summit has taken a dramatic turn, with soon tell a relationship between the jury full lady and a lead prosecutor in the case. The probe, already one of Liberia's most politically sensitive judicial inquiries this year, was triggered after 3 jurors filed complaints challenging the impartiality of the panel that cleared 12 of corruption charges earlier this year. 12 trials and Equator had been closely watched nationwide, given his prominence in the former Congress for Democratic Change administration. According to a source close to the investigation who requested anonymity due to the matter's sensitivity, a female juror testified that the full lady openly told fellow panelists that Solicitor General Counsel Augustine Fayad was her boyfriend. Oh my word. This is getting serious though. Yeah, it is absolutely getting serious. Let me say good evening to KONAH Sam Sekou. Thanks for joining us from Electoral District number 3 in Nema County. Thanks for joining us. First, keep putting your transaction. Star 79 and star 9. Continue to put your transaction, okay? So this is getting very serious. I said the witness further alleged that the full lady repeatedly praised Fayad doing his that's doing sequestration, telling jurors the man can dress well and is handsome. Wow. The testimony went beyond personal allegations. Several jurors told investigators the full lady claimed she and her son had been harmonized by the Congress for Democratic Change while she worked at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. A Liberian colloquialism often used to describe political intimidation or coercion. So let's go further. Tensions inside the jury room repeatedly ran higher. Another juror who questioned the deliberations was accused by colleagues of anti-CDC bias, with some alleging the party was responsible for her father-in-law's death. The same juror had reportedly expressed admiration for the late Montserrat County lawmaker Solomon George, a polarizing CDC figure. Councillor Augustine Fayad appeared before investigators and categorically denied any personal relationship with the full lady, calling the allegation false and misleading. No public statement have been made by Councillor Fayad or the full lady outside the closed-door hearings. The court is withholding the full lady name pending the outcome of the inquiry. Despite the explosive claims of romance and political grievances, every juror who has testified so far has insisted the final verdict was untainted. Each told investigators they voted solely based on the facts and evidence presented during the trial. Jury sources say the scope of the probe remains narrow but forensic. Investigators are now revealing full records, visitation logs from the jury sequestration period, and taking additional statements from court staff. access to the proceeding is strictly restricted to lawyers, judiciary personnel, and Liberian National Police officer assigned to guard the sequestered panel during Torres trial. The court has not indicated whether findings could overturn Torres acquittal. No charges have been filed. No timeline has been given for the proper conclusion. The allegations have ignited debate over how jurors are vetted and monitored in politically charged case. Fellow Liberians, like their country, their country on that point. Let me use that word for that as someone. One of my junior brother said that I'm okay myself. He said, like, bro, that point. Yeah, so this is, I'm laughing, but it is very, very much important and serious. Fellow Liberians. So many of you might be aware of the proceeding into this whole case has been ongoing and how the government or the jurors acquitted the former finance minister and how the government came back and said there were allegations of jurors tampering. So they ran back to the court after 3 of those jurors said they could testify of jurors being tampered with. Now, the investigation is ongoing, but fellow Liberians, none of those jurors who we do not know, one of those jurors who appeared before the panel to testify, to give his or her side of the story of what happened in the basement where they were when they were making those decisions. One of those jurors came out and said, the juror 4 lady is almost like the head of the jurors. All right? It is, he or she, when it is a man, it will be a juror 4 man. But most often, regular people do not use those juror 4 lady and juror 4 man, but usually use juror personnel or juror person. Now, but for this one, it's a lady. According to what the report, it's a lady. So the juror 4 lady, while they were in the basement, while they were in their chamber, making those decisions, being there for all of those times, the juror 4 lady has said on many occasions, according to what one of the jurors said, that the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, oh my word, this country, eh? Liberia is interesting. It's a very, very, very much interesting country. Yeah, Councillor Ghosting Fire, that this lady have been saying she and Ghosting Fire have been in a relationship, not a romantic relationship. And mind you, Councillor Ghosting Fire, who is the Solicitor General, was the chief prosecutor for this case. He was heading the prosecution team. And on many occasions, you heard him when he was interviewed on the compound of the Temple of Justice from the initial stage of the case. He had boldness. He spoke with boldness. How the former finance minister, who have been found guilty, and he will go to jail on many occasions, because the Ghosting Fire made those statements. He spoke to journalists. He was the lead prosecutor. So this lady, who is the head of the jurors, who communicate any decision of the jurors to the judge, and from the judge to the jurors, the juror 4 lady, she repeatedly, according to the investigation, she repeatedly told those jurors that she and the man are loving. In fact, how the man is handsome, the man can dress. The man can dress. So, and this is leading somewhere else. It's leading the case somewhere else. Although, according to the investigators, right now the investigators have not released any fundings. No, they have not released any fundings. But right now, what we know of is that the investigation is ongoing. The level on which the investigation is on, we cannot tell you when it will be concluded. We cannot tell you, but the investigation is ongoing. And now, with the government, state prosecutor running back to the court for the court to investigate with an allegation of juror tampering, that Samuel allegedly tampered with jurors for which he was acquitted. Now they are going into the investigation. Another thing is coming out against the chief prosecutor in the case, who is the Solicitor General, where reportedly the juror 4 lady have alleged that this guy is a guy. 2 of them have been in a relationship. She have even been praising him as he's handsome, praising how he knows how to dress. So that means, fellow Liberians, the case right now is, or the investigation is turning on the opposite. That means the case is turning on the opposite. Instead of investigating whether Samuel actually carry on jurors tamper with the jurors, it seems like the investigators now are also investigating if there was some level of juror tampering too from the government angle. Because that's the reason why Councillor Augustine Fire was called to testify as well. And he denied the allegation that he and this lady, in fact, he does not know her. They have not been in a relationship. So that means what those jurors who went back to say there were jurors tampering, that means something is not clear in between there. Because when you look at the 2 South Liberians with allegation that, listen, there were juror tampering. From the South, Samuel reported they tamper with these jurors. And on the side of the prosecutors, someone who is a juror is also allegedly saying that the chief prosecutor is my boy. This guy is my boyfriend. We've been in a relationship. So that means when you look at the 2 sides, it is possible that there was some level of tampering somewhere. Is it coming from the side of the Solicitor General, or is it coming from the side of Sametwe? That's something I think the investigation will disclose. But mind you, the government lawyers weren't thinking that maybe such an allegation will come out. Because if they were thinking of such, I don't think they would have gone back to that court to call for investigation of juror tampering. But going back, it is turning against the government, against their prosecutors. That's how it seems like. It seems like it's turning against them. And listen, even this lady who says she and Augustine Fire reportedly have been in a relationship, she also said that, listen, the CC government, Hamanah, she have family. Hamanah, she have family. So that means she have been telling people, reportedly telling people, those jurors, that she has issue with the party called CDC. With the party called CDC. So that means, as a juror, she already reported it. She have a side. She had a side already. She was on the side of someone she reportedly called her boyfriend, the Solicitor General, for which the Solicitor General have denied the allegation. For which he have denied the allegation. But, fellow Liberians, just imagine you going to complain someone. Now, while they're investigating your complaint, that complaint is standing against you. Because that's what exactly I'm saying here. That is what exactly I'm saying here. Now listen, the Solicitor General and the rest of the government lawyers who prosecuted the case ran back to the court to say, listen, we have received tip-off that there were juror tampering. Samuel Tue allegedly tampered with the juror. That's the reason why they acquitted him. The court said, okay, we will investigate. While the court is investigating, all of those people who voted in favor of Samuel Tue acquittal have remained on their word that they voted based on the evidence. Based on the evidence that will be voted. They did not take action or do anything based on anything else, but based on the evidence. Now, while that investigation is still ongoing, and those people are remaining on their words, another revelation came out that the government too have people, reportedly have people among the jurors who were like quote unquote against the CDC, have problem with the CDC. And this person, the lead juror, they were the head of the juror for the day. So if fellow Liberians, if someone will be accused of juror tampering, does it mean that it will be the Solicitor General? Although he have denied the allegation, but it's another allegation to have come on him. So does it mean that maybe some of those other people who were acquitted, who were found guilty, does it mean that some of those people too were tampered with for which they were found guilty? Can we look into that as well? Can we look into that as well? Because if the juror falsely, they come out to say, okay, this guy, I'm a boy. I'm a boyfriend. He's handsome. He knows how to dress. These are allegations for which, like we said, the Solicitor General have denied. But it's a huge allegation. So where do we stand? Where do we stand in this whole case? It's said that the case is standing against the government lawyers. The other day we saw the former finance minister crying on camera. He shed tears on camera. He believes that people are haunting him. The government is haunting him. He even wrote some international partners, some foreign mission to Liberia. He wrote them these few days, talking about political witch hunt. So does it mean that this entire jury investigation case is going against the government? Because where there will be allegations and this thing, even the Solicitor General reportedly had a girlfriend among the jurors. So if he had a girlfriend and Samuel is still acquitted, then what happens? Don't you think that acquittal was based on the evidence? Don't you think that acquittal was based on the evidence? But again, like we said, the investigative team, they are still investigating the process. And our Councilor Gossip have denied the allegation. But it's a very huge, it's a very huge issue. It's a very huge issue. Because when this particular jury tampering case, it had the propensity of going back into the case. Because when it is proven that there were juror tampering, maybe from the South Samuel Tue, one, Samuel Tue, maybe his legal team and so forth, will somehow be implicated of bribery. Two, this whole investigation, they will have to find new breeds of jurors to start the entire process over. They will start the entire process over. They will have to go back to the court. When it is proven that indeed there are jurors tampering. Again, when it is proven that there are jurors tampering from the Solicitor General uncle of the case, that means the Solicitor General will have some issue. He will be dealt with by the law. Because bribery is a crime. But where do you stand, folks, with this news coming from the court? Where do you stand with the news coming from the court? Okay, so let's go quickly to our next issue. First, keep putting your transaction *799*9#. Continue to put in your transaction $200 Liberian dollars per ticket. Stand a chance to walk away with 30,000 Liberian dollars. Okay, *799*9#. Put in your transaction to make your number visible in the system. So let's go back to this development, right, where the president has settled this tax force. And for those of you just joining us, I'd like to say welcome. I'm going to read it for you who just joining us, who have not come across this. President Joseph Boakai has issued Executive Order number 167, establishing a national task force to combat illicit mining activities, highlighting his administration's stress aimed at protecting Liberia's natural resources, preventing that's natural, as preserving the environment and ensuring that the country's mineral wealth benefits all Liberians. The executive order creates the Protect Our Resources Task Force, a multi-agency body mandated to immediately halt and prohibit all unlawful mining activities across Liberia. The task force will investigate illegal mining operations. That's their mandate now. 2, confiscate equipment used in illicit activities. 3, facilitate the arrest and prosecution of violators. And 4, work closely with relevant security institutions to enforce the country's mining and environmental laws. The executive order follows growing concerns over the widespread environmental destruction caused by illegal mining, including river diversion, dredging of waterways, deforestation, destruction of wetlands and farmlands, contamination of fresh water sources, and the unlawful use of hazardous substances such as mercury and cyanide. These activities have also contributed to significant revenue losses, undermine the rule of law, fueled smoking, and threaten the livelihood of communities across the country. Okay, the president emphasized, okay, let's go quick and get to the head. A coordinated task force has been directed to adopt a coordinated, intelligence-driven approach that combines law enforcement, environmental protection, community engagement, and institutional collaboration. Mr. Ibrahim Kumar has been appointed to chair the task force alongside members Ashford Pierre, Prince Moba, Tanu Cassidy, and Charles Johnson. Other members of the task force will be representative of the Ministry of Mines and Energy and the Environmental Protection Agency, as well as the liaison officer from the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Liberia National Police. So yeah, let's stop right here. So that's a task force the President of the Republic of Liberia has established. And that task force has some simple but very important mandate. A simple but very important mandate the task force has. It is very important. And let me see if I can bring you some of the. Let me bring you back to the mandate. Okay, let me bring you back to the mandate of the task force. Folks, continue to put in your transaction *79 and *9#. So there's the mandate of the task force. The task force will investigate illegal mining operations. That's mandate number 1. 2, confiscate equipment used in illicit activities. 3, facilitate the arrest and prosecution of violators. And 4, work closely with relevant institutions, the security institutions, to enforce the country's mining environmental laws. So they have 4 cardinal mandates. Very important. Very important. And I'm of the belief, I'm one of those people who believe that the decision of the president to fund or to put this team together, the task force, to introduce this executive order, I think it is good. This is in the interest of the country and the people. The decision of President Boakai to form a task force through the executive order number 164 and to not appoint, but to put the team together to fight illicit mining activities across the country. This decision is in the best interest of the country. I believe that. Because this issue of illegal money, we've been talking about it all around about. From one administration to another administration. Lots of people. And we enter our forests. We go to our very river sites. Our mountains. Lots of people. People are into the forest carrying on these illegal money activities. Some people carry on the deforestation illegally. Cut it down the forest illegally. So if with the decision of the president, the knowledge of the president say, okay, I'm going to establish a task force for us to fight this thing, I think it's in the best interest of the country. But now, folks, with the good decision taken by the president, some of us we still have some issues with this press statement, which is the leader of the press statement, Ibrahim Kumar. Mr. Ibrahim Kumar have been appointed as head of the task force. So he's the one heading this task force. He's the leader. And Mr. Ibrahim Kumar some months back, was the head or the director general of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. Of course, he had deputies, where we had one of the Fatigas, Hassan Fasti, that's Fatiga, was there with him as deputy. And we saw, many of you saw the disagreement, the fight that took place at the LDA, for which the president suspended them, and the remaining that suspension, the president replaced them permanently at the time. Before later, the guy that took over was removed and so forth. Now have the acting team there. But what we are saying here, Mr. Abraham Nkrumah was at the LDA. And in that fight, fellow Liberians, in that fight, while they were fighting, Mr. Hassan Fatiga raised a very serious allegation against Abraham Nkrumah. He raised a very serious allegation against Abraham Nkrumah, where he alleged that Mr. Nkrumah was the one facilitating drugs cartel into the country. Fatiga made the allegation. He made those allegations that Abraham Nkrumah was one of the people facilitating drugs cartel into the country. We saw the level of division. Someone said, okay, they were in some level of disagreement. So someone said, okay, maybe it's just a flower talk. No. For when someone of such, holding such opposition, who is part of the sector, come out to say something, you do not need to overlook it. No, you do not need to overlook it. No. Like you should also say when crab, or we can say when crab come from under the water, when crab tell you say crocodile can grow horn. Don't doubt it. Because the crab comes from under the water. So Mr. Fatiga, being the deputy at the time to Abraham Nkrumah, said Abraham Nkrumah was one of the protector of drugs dealers in the country. And the president suspended them for their fight and everything concerning that disagreement. And the president put out a team to say they were investigating. Now, did the investigation end? We do not know. If the investigation came to an end, for which the president decided to change them from their position, to put new people in their position, what did the report say? The investigative report, what did it say? Because if you are investigating, I guess the investigation cover all of those areas to know those allegations that were coming out from the middle of the fight, those allegations. So if the investigative report points that the allegation against Mr. Abraham Nkrumah is false and misleading, I think the investigative report should have been made public if actually the end of the investigation now. It should have been made public. But no one knows if the investigative report actually, if it came to an end, if they completed the investigation. No one knows if the report was presented to the president. No one just knows everything about the investigation. And these are reasons, folks, we always say to the government, when you call for some of this investigation, let it come to a logical conclusion and let the report be released to the public. Because when the report is released to the public will know what is in it. And whatever decision will be made by the government, the public will reflect to that report, and there'll be no doubt. But now, yes, it for instance, Mr. A.P. KONAH was accused of being one of the protector of drugs in the country by his former deputy. Someone who was deputizing him made those allegations. Deputy for operation. He was a deputy for operation. So that means being deputy for operation, this man was one of the key guys in the entire drugs issue, fight against drugs. Hassan Fatika. So he had lots of tips off from lots of people. And he made such an allegation against the LDA boss at the time, for which the president suspended them, and the president did not see a reason, of sending them back or sending any of them back. Does it mean that the investigative report points to some of these allegations? We do not know. But again, yes, this same Abraham KONAH, who was accused by his deputy, this same Abraham KONAH has been placed on such an important task force, a task force to fight illicit money, which is one of, in my mind, the lucrative task force I have seen. This is it. People that get money, doing money business, it's a serious money business. Whether it's illegal or illegal, it's a serious money business. So if such an allegation is hanging over this man, the Liberian people do not know what's the outcome of the investigation. No one knows that. Now President Buhari takes this man, place him on another team, on a task force, to head a task force where he's going to be going after people who will be playing with money, who will be playing with resources, who will be playing with gold, who will be playing with other things, a possible diamond. They'll be playing with those wealthy money things. They'll be playing with. Do you think there'll still not be speculation that, let's see, Abraham KONAH, with the allegation, if this man reported allegedly, can be protecting some level of just dealer and the way he was accused by his deputy at the time? Don't you think some of these same allegations, the way that have not been clear of him, to say, okay, the allegation is false and misleading, the way that haven't been clear of him, and he has been placed on another task force or on a task force where he's going to be meeting people with money who will be involved into some illegal activities. Don't you think there'll be some level of allegation again of him protecting some of these people, compromising some things? This is one of the issues I'm having with this. But the decision of the president, I think the decision of the president to form that task force is one of the best decisions. But to leave such an allegation hanging over Abraham KONAH without any investigative report, we do not know what happened. We do not know if the allegation, whether they are false or they are true. We do not know that. You leave those allegations on the man's head and you place it over such a task force. What happens? We are getting afraid. Before time reaches, we go look. Maybe what the allegation Hassan Fatika raised against him, maybe it was true. Like we said, we do not know the report because the government did not release any report. The government did not tell us anything about that investigation. We just saw that, okay, the president just replaced them permanently. That's what we saw. So in case the allegation raised against Mr. KONAH, in case they are true, so that means he had that notion and get that ability, if it is true. And he's going right now to head a task force that will be fighting illegal money activities. Don't you think that same thing will go there if the first one is true now? That's the reason why when we're telling the government, Mr. President, when you call for investigation, let the report comes to a conclusion. Let the report be released to the public. But you guys, sometimes you feel that we hate the government. Maybe we just want to criticize the government. We want to do, but these are some of the reasons. Because when you make such an appointment and with an allegation still hanging over this guy, you leave room for speculation. In fact, you call for more speculation. And this is what exactly lots of people will still have doubt. There's doubt. Because from the beginning, whether it was clear, we do not know that. So there's an issue. There's a man who was accused. We do not know what happened to the investigation, whether it's true or not. We do not know what happens to the investigation. Now the person has left the allegation hanging over him and placing over such a task force to fight illegal money activities. If the allegation is true, don't you think he will take that same behavior and carry it to the task force? It is possible. Oh my word. Sometimes when we say some of these things, people feel that we against the government. But this is what exactly we sometimes we say. But for those of you just joining us, we'd love to say welcome. Welcome to the Talking Point on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM. The time is 25 minutes down 10 o'clock. Let's see how best we can give you a chance to all of you. So what do you make of the decision of the president? For me, in my mind, the decision of the president to fund this task force is a good, a brilliant decision. It's good. But listen, with the person that is heading this task force, it creates doubts. Because that person has allegations hanging over him that have not been cleared. They have not been cleared. And a very serious allegation. A report allegedly protecting drug dealer. That's a serious allegation that needed to be cleared of him. And that's the reason why when that investigation was completed, or whether it was completed or not, we should have been in the know. We should have been in the know. To say, yes, this happened. Okay, the allegation from Hassan Fadika false and misleading. Or it is true. So when I investigated report were going to be made public, and we say, okay, we saw in that, or we're going to see in that particular report that, listen, this particular allegation, that they lie on Abraham Kroma. With this appointment, it's a good to go. But the allegation still hanging on the man. You're not getting another good position or another position that looks lucrative. What happens with the allegation? First, what do you have to say? What's your thought on that as well? With the president forming the task force, with AP Kroma going as the head of the task force, what do you make of that as well? The first issue we talk about is the allegation with that the Solicitor General is in a relationship with one of the juror folded. What do you make of that? The whole investigative thing, what do you make of that? 0777 907 907 0777 907 907. Call us this evening to have your say on the Talking Point on Blaze Radio 90.7 FM. Let me go to the phone line, take this first caller right now. Good evening.
Hi, this is Bambi.
Yeah, Bambi. Walk away from the radio. You say you're speaking from where?
I'm speaking to you on the line from Swati.
Okay, from Swati. Are you getting us through radio or the online platform?
Getting you from the online platform.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. In my mind.
You are just walk away. Just walk away from the monitor, please. We are getting feedback.
Is that all right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
In my mind, concerning the appointment of Mr. Kumar.
Yeah.
I believe that one of the circumstances when the drugs that were discovered in $19.2 million worth of drugs, I believe that Mr. Kumar is aware and try to offer him a job as a cover up. Because Mr. Kumar is a very intelligent security officer. And I know he's there. And he has been accused of harboring drugs. Now he has not been investigated. Investigation has not been published. And right now they're moving him to another lucrative job. So he also, in my politically and officially and intelligently, I believe that they're trying to silence him not to say anything concerning about the $19.2 million drug. On the issue of Mr. Twe
Yeah.
and the Jewish issue, that is complete West Coast. There is no legal stuff in any other country around the world that a case to be adjudicated and then they come back again to do a drug trial after a week. It is very much unbelievable.
Okay.
That is why we continue to ask Bishop his experience in government. With this, what is some more years experience in government, I believe Mr. Baka will make a different judgment. But we believe that Mr. Kofi Wu and the other people around him, they are the ones ill advising him. But we want to inform him he is the president of the Republic of Liberia and not for Kofi Wu and other people around him. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having us. Let me take the next caller. Good evening, you are live.
How are you, man?
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm okay. What's the name?
Yeah, I'm Bobby Boy from Sokule.
Yeah, please increase your voice a little bit. Go
Bobby
ahead.
from Sokule.
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
I heard you say about Jura saying the Solicitor General you're having a fair so many government listening. So all the time she said she is national answer.
I did not hear you.
So you said I heard you saying that because Olivia said she have a affair with the Solicitor General. So maybe the government are losing a case. What does it mean? What you said?
Yeah, that's why we listen. That's what exactly I said, right? This lady, who is the juror 4 lady, reportedly said that she and the Solicitor General are in a relationship, and she said, listen, and she, according to some of those jurors that were there, said this lady said the CDC administration they harmonized her. That's what I said.
So what I want to say is that just say the investigation will establish the fact,
Okay.
but not say what it means for the government, right? And another thing I will say.
Oh, so listen. Well, before you go further, so when I say what I mean for the government, what wrong with that?
No, nothing. I just say something that's all.
No, but you
right?
say I should not say.
No, probably I'll just say something like probably you conclude.
No,
So you just
but
say,
go ahead. If I say what does it mean for the government, that means I'm concluding. Okay, but go ahead.
Okay, so there is something I want to say. Mr. Cummings, and I follow listen to the
You say who Cummings?
Yes.
Yeah, but we are discussing Cummings tonight.
Yeah, no. Please, that won't conclude quick.
Yeah, but it can be on
follow-
Cummings. We got to be with the topic, please. So if like you get nothing else to say to the rest of the thing, then you have to go another
Okay,
time.
you are talking something about A.B. Kumar.
Okay, yeah.
Let me tell you, A.B. Kumar is a well-seasoned security man. Yes. Everything that went on and was social propaganda.
It was also what?
Propaganda, my dear.
Okay. How do we know?
Okay. How will you know is that, for me, the things that I know that can happen. Right?
Because you know,
And
so that means I should know.
That position that Joseph Oga gave that man, I know I work.
But Chief,
Why the show is
you are not telling
why
us.
the
You are
show-
not telling us. How do we know? I ask you, how do we know
How do we know when that
that you
position,
said
how-
that you say it was a propaganda? All the allegations. That's why I say, how do we know?
The mistake every command made was to carefully guy with him. Because the two will behave that they know, but the other men know what they find.
All right, Chief.
That's what's going on.
All right.
So that position, the person just point that man to, why they show for July, you see what happened.
All right.
2 months from now, you understand that there are people here get money even in this country, they're not paying tax. But waiting for the child wish. Child wish, very big money.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Let me take another call. Good evening. You are live. Good evening. Okay, let me take the next caller. Good evening. You are live.
Very much. This is James Murray from LBA community.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
So let me start with that, which has to do with the appointment of KB KONAH to that task. So the first thing is that particular task force, I see as a both of public resources. The president will empower and strengthen the Ministry of Mines and Energy and the EPA to carry out those functions that are attached to the new task force. It's just there to create jobs. So then you have no idea of creating private jobs. You have to do it because you won't like a government job. So anybody who you want to create job to him, or he will create something in the government. That's just what he did it for. And look at the person who is over it. The same way, the yellow machine committee, you know, they have the yellow machine committee, a convict, criminal convict who was convicted and sentenced. And only at the mercy of the president, he's still walking around, he's taking a point over yellow machine committee. Now again, another person who is on a serious allegation of criminal activities is taking again. Okay, then back to if you are to dual temporary, right?
Yeah.
So for investigation, for me, I want to condemn it because the person, the jury were under the custody of the government. You don't make them vulnerable to the suspect. The government, they don't keep them. That's why they allow me to their houses. So they mean that they must take them to some mental house for you to go temper with them. Now they were there, under government custody while they were being washed, and they were temper with. They never said it. Now when they went in the open air, they went to their houses and they came up with something, and we want to believe it. How sure are we that they were not even temporary to come up with something new? But the time they were under government, we said they were temporary. Now they went in the open air. How sure are we that somebody no go by and
But Jim,
yes,
Jim, but this is where this allegation now that the head of the juror, this lady, were among the juror, boasting that she and the Solicitor General, they are in a relationship. What does that mean?
I hear you. But I'm just going to the bottom of it before I come to that portion of it, right? So the people went in the CI, they just bring up and say, so what they brought from the public, you believe that you want to use it for investigation. That investigation is kind of wage hunt. And now here is a wage hunt now. It's something that owns it. Can you imagine? Somebody who was they were in jail. Well, I ain't looking at people going out here that are in jail, government monitoring them. How will somebody have access to them? They will be able to him for him to be the one carrying cell phone, communicating with them without any security knowing, without the judicial system knowing, the justice minister knowing. Unless I'm not to have the information to do. I mean, our justice system now is taking over a slippery slope very seriously.
Okay.
Because if they can say that someone trust and carry for investigation, somebody who you are on your hand, you didn't monitor them well, and they went out. They came by and said, okay, now we're here, now in the room. Okay, you invited me to your studio. I was there with you. We did one or two things. Yeah, moved on that. I came to my house. Oh, I forgot the time you were there. And they screwed up. And I took it for you. Also, well, how did I bring it outside? Then you didn't see me there carrying it back. So what are the implications of my working there? I said, they gave me screwed down or something. Okay. Can you imagine? They were complete waste hunt. And that waste, the way they used to hunt, they will hunt them. Now it started.
Thank you.
The man get
Thank you, Chief.
The man will have to carry into court for having extramarital affair.
Who tell you say you were carrying the court? See you, man. Good evening, you are live.
Thank you, Pastor. What you doing, man? Like, I don't need a pastor. No, you know, this is Edmond Carr. Remember the concern I bring for justice. Yeah. You know, sometimes those of us that are in opposition, when we say some of these things, the other people from the other side will look at everything as bad criticism.
Sometimes when you are a government, sometimes you allow speculation to die by itself or believe what people believe that you are doing, you allow it to die by itself. You know what I mean? Case finished. Jurors are under the jurisdiction of the government of the Republic of Liberia. At that particular time, the case going on, nobody, absolutely no access to the juror. Only the government got jurisdiction over the people. Then moreover, they're finished hearing the case is concluded. You send the people home. Go now and live your private life. Who know one of these will go to you again. They put in their private life. Then you go back for 10 years. Somebody report to you that there was a juror temporary. Amen. How do you understand that? So here we are now. So what would they say now? Or are they believing too? Can they agree with others? What they say? The people are saying that one of their police was constant both of the general in relationship with him, in fact praising him, how he did, how he died. What can they say?
So they may hear
I heard that they said yesterday, he said the allegation is false. But it's still ongoing, you need to prove beyond all doubt. And all these kinds of things, it raised dark cloud around the government. The government should have let that thing to go. Because on the network, they bring another 5 million and another million again. Because some here, 205, you were just here, all the money, they were raising CDC government, you collected everything, you put it in your pocket. So go to the next one, forget about that. Now today's next issue about our president again. Yeah. You know, I don't care how the president can pass all the executive order in this country and the president will not arrive at any solution. The solution is there. The need is there for the president. Instead of the president enforcing it to make it work, he will go to create branding on himself, to create branding on the government. That particular task force that you're talking about, that is a huge responsibility, and you come on, you're spending. Yeah. You talk about across the country, every district, every town. Right here in my place, where my family, right here also around the when you're going to Wall Street Barry. As soon as you break in on the motorbike, you will start hearing the machine on the water, the drag. You will start hearing on the simple. Is that not illicit money? And you know who are benefiting? Every Saturday or every month, all of the chief, all of the paramount chief, all of the people, big people in the street, the people in the car, they see. So you know how to fight it with your people. Call the commissioner, call the superintendent, call the county authority, the district authority, into mass mitigated specific directive. Before such some money and to be take place in this place, they will meet the part of the government. Failure on your part, it will be done. That is exactly all I wanted for the president to come away. Okay. The government will already challenge economically. We have Yellow Machine minister here. He said he wants $51 million. Now we finish coming up with other task force or AP will be coming up with a project. We need vehicle.
Okay.
Because to go across the country, he needs vehicle. That final vehicle, you pick up. Pick up to go across the county of the report that plus 73 electoral district plus the new one that are about to add up.
Thank you, Chief.
We are passing the president.
Thank you.
This is spreading on the president.
Thank you.
This is spreading on the country.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. We'll take other people. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, I lost that caller. Let me take another caller. Good evening. You are live.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, I spent a day.
I'm okay. Mohamed Gitawe.
Thank you very much for the repetition. This is Mohamed Gitawe. Member of the Solar Movement. Let me really commend you for the show.
Mohamed, let me ask you quickly.
Yeah.
Where I get out that Solar Movement?
The Solar Movement was established 2023. You know, we have our office to Banavi, the chairman, they call Jim Bama Kamara. You know, it's a special group. Yeah, it's a special group to the right of the like this year.
sometimes we involve the political activity because people elect them in the country, they are not fair to the people.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question.
Yeah,
Your show is one of the biggest show in the evening. Okay, for me, the president, he just want to put TAFO or commissioner somewhere for people to hear like announcing that identical position. Because the position the government created, somebody they are even silent in the country, not even no longer hear the name of functioning institution functioning properly in the interest of the people or even the interest of the country. Then you come here and establish another TAFO again to do what? And if you any woman and now want to benefit in the law, that woman will get plenty law in the place. Oh, me, I can do that. I can do that. Woman won't go. That is you will represent really like people. You establish a movement, you establish work and you establish this one, you establish
this. Are these things not in the interest of the country?
Honorable Jerry, let me ask you a question, right? If you build a house, nobody in the house, you achieve your goal. If you go, you build it all in the bush, you build it, you kind of town, you see it and there, a in the bush. It means that you achieve your goal. No. And that is for the country and the people, it should meet the demand or the needs of the citizens of that country. Okay? You put the ombudsman. Who the ombudsman now? Who? Say they put the work rank here. Who the work rank now? Who? Say they put the asset recovery. The asset recovery, who they really be an opposition community. If they see get money today, Thomas Fala is a criminal. They ever ask me how you get it about money. So almost generally, the president here, he only way in the chair constitutional on the right now. He tell you like he's not able to lead the country. Look at the figure. The Ministry of Information can boldly tell like that the Guinea soldier can lead our land. Before we go check if you will say now only. What kind of government is it?
No, but Mohammed Gitare. For that one, I'll talk for the Minister of Information. It was the media who misquoted the minister. Yeah, that one I will talk for the minister. Okay. That one I will talk for the minister. Yeah.
Okay, obviously, I respect your right for defending anybody. Okay, let's come to the joint issue.
Quickly.
Saying the joint issue, they have 19 days job war for the to the airport. Today, who you can really point at only job there?
My man, the investigation going.
And like play,
okay.
How much jail I want to? That's the one I could tell you. If the woman want to benefit the horse, that will get a lot of rules.
All right.
And the end of the day, that will on that relationship, she go out big. Like she will president here. President now, President Joseph Mabakai, you must just do like one post seat peacefully. The way President we are able to thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Chief. Good evening, you are live.
Ambassador, good evening. Let me say good evening to you.
Yeah.
And good evening to the business. Join this conversation. My name is Arvin Bayou, the chair, and I remain the public defender and respondent. I join you from Kingsburg District. You should know most of the other countries to say, look, Ambassador, you are very old. You see, sometimes, some of these things when it happens, when you talk, I hope you're on the other side, you will just come and feel some defense and start, to question you what I have to say is, look, the president, established this, it is not a bad thing. But Ambassador, just imagine, since this government took power, if I still say correct that more than 8% have been suspended, some have been dismissed, but no person has ever been investigated today. By the end, some of them were just, they have for error, they just shot them. The main external investigation was suspended due to an allegation. That investigation has not come with what is the allegation against him. It is right, not wrong. But now he's getting into and particularly where one that area some money business or something go down all the things ever before. No, they're not going to protect that you were here. Just you were here. There's a lot of issues. See, so when this issue came out, we raised alarm. The government bureau for the government in this country is very hard because the way in which they conduct themselves when they carry those people. When you do that, somebody may flower, but you go that you like.
for the way in which that you express, you just go there with destination. How the government will have to consideration. So you carry those people. I come here, you carry those people. The people are only a jurisdiction. The people before they enter, they get tackle, but the way they come, they will be permitted before they even have the thing to go. And where does this go happen? They carry into the coming to also, you think we'll take it serious? You so anybody serious for that? Anything, even when they carry somebody to jail, we will say that wish home. And anything from that would actually thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having us. Say 0777907. Let me take another caller right here. Good evening, you are live.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
Yeah. Good evening. The name is Stefano. We are to join a conversation from Maria President.
Please go
Group
ahead.
of Fan Community.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. You see, let me some of those points. Let me give a contribution to us. And let me start from the executive order. This woman is totally misusing the state resources and power, including the executive order. You create task force to impede the very ministries and ministers that we are paying from our pockets, from our budget. Lensema is control the Lensema EPA and that of the other aspect of the government ministry are control national resources. Lensema FDA EPA. When you leave it there now, you are creating task force again. But let me not lie to you, in the next 2 to 3 months, you will soon hear that man who Baka created to be task force resources, you will soon get money clean lesson. They still having Costa get a money clean lesson today. If you just taking it, will go. That man Baka will creating that group now for himself to be breaking gold diamond to him. But it's not a task force. He just be using the state resources and the power of the executive. You created task force again, you are impeded Ministry of Public Work function. You created commission on yellow machine. You created task force again on no more splitting the Ministry of Internal Affairs and created peace building. They say no, they say interior council You created the same task force again on no more scanners we call CTM or LTC for Ministry of Transport. Why must you do this? You are also in the same backyard again. The man is creating tapo. Just be expecting justice ministry and executive as a legislature to get tapo. Trust me, and we are going that small. Yeah. Yeah. He will soon create those things based on the kind of use of executive power. He will soon hear law. He will soon hear that same law frame tapo for executive branch or legislature and that or judiciary. Now, go to the answer of the drug issue. Brother, the American people were not going to they go up that. Indeed, you are indeed fighting drugs, as you say.
But we are not discussing the drugs issue. Hello?
Yes.
We're not discussing the drugs issue.
Yeah, because the person that in connection with the county solicitor general, who is in a constant habit of defying the country image in the name of what? Political advocacy, using political advocacy on the basis of what? Interested and national law and constitution. Forgetting to know that Labrador is on the watch, on the microscope. Since we went on the particular Security Council, we have never put any point on the floor.
I say so, you say like Bravini put anything on the floor.
If we have ever put the floor, in fact, if they could be there, that particular point could reach the Labrador. They could be on that particular point, the point could reach the Labrador. Any statement they make will reach the Labrador. That will tell you.
Do you really follow the debate at the United Nations?
My dear, even Labrador be there, get a bad man or a backward and more or rich people. You want to find a way in. That's how you get loaded. You just join clean club, but you just go big. That's all.
All right, Chi. Thank
Nothing
you.
Nothing to go do there.
Thank you.
Now.
Thank you. Let's take other people. Go evening.
Really?
Go evening.
Yeah, I'm definitely talking to you from TSA Kolatri community.
Please go ahead from Kolatri quickly.
Yeah, I found some very peace proud of your Labrador talk the way they talk sometimes because of politics. I'm talking to Labrador. I'm not email any statement in company. International debate.
Hello, you say what's the name?
That's some testing funny for TSA for
Yeah.
that from later.
Yeah, so I do not think you call to respond to what people say. I think you should be talking on the topic that we are having. Yeah, because those people, that's their opinion. So the way you express your opinion, should someone come to respond to you, I don't think that we will achieve our email objective. Our email objective is for you to express your thought on the topics that we are discussing.
Thank you.
All right.
That's all I want to say. I want to appreciate the government for all what they are doing when it comes to the security.
Okay.
And because since this government came to power, we have seen a reduction when it comes to the just issues.
Okay.
Tell you something.
Yeah, because I do not know if did you really listen to the show?
I'm listening to the show, right?
Yeah, good.
I always
Because,
listen to it.
good. That means you know what exactly we are discussing. We are not discussing the issue of drugs. No. We are discussing two topics. One, this issue of the Samuel 12 issue case where they are investigating any attempt or allegation of jury tampering. That's what we are discussing. Where right now it is being alleged that one of the jurors is lawful to the Solicitor General. And we're also discussing the issue of the president forming this task force for the money sector, illegal money, and putting AP Kroma as head of the task force. That's what we're discussing.
Yeah, as I was saying, I was coming to get to that, but since you want me to go meet that,
I just want you to go direct. You've got a lot of people in the line.
Okay, thank you, sir. When it comes to the task force, I must commend the president for the task force because we have a lot of companies that need to be monitored. So when it comes to the president forming a task force, I support that 100%. And let's look at AB Kroma. AB Kroma is somebody that is to that particular task force. AB Kroma has issues.
Okay.
AB Kroma has issues when it comes to the DA that everybody will aware of. But that does not mean that AB Kroma is somebody that he is not qualified or is not capable as some of our police are saying. For me, I still have trust in AB Kroma, and for me, I believe that he will do well when it comes to that.
Okay.
And when it comes to Samuel 12 issue, I don't know why Lapiwe wants to see Samuel 12 as a hero. This man is a man that took Labrador money. This man is a man that people use to channel our resources, our taxpayer money. And at the end of the day, people can only use the word waste fund. This, for me, I suppose, whatsoever Samuel 12 is going to, because it is saying as an example that even those that are in government now, when they are leaving government and they are taking things that does not belong to them, they will not go stuff free.
Okay.
So I don't know why people try to see every program system as a waste fund. For me, it's not a waste fund.
Thank you.
It just said that when you are serving the people, you should know what you are taking. It's something that is not for you. You should not take it.
Thank you.
Because afterwards, you will be able to be accounted for.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
it's not a waste one. Yeah, it's not different.
Good evening. Good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, that's a regular radio station. Yeah.
You say what's your name?
I'm saying, Rabbi. Hey, Papi. I listen to the station. But I know I'm not bringing the protocol. The way I am now, if you're not helping, say I want to do. So I bought to help me on my mobile number. I can see, I say you're hungry. Over 4 5 days now. And I say I need one for you to help me.
Call your number so the public that are listening, anyone want to help you, to help you. Call your number, call your number, your mobile money number.
That one.
I hear you. We're not hearing you.
0888732.
Well, take your time. Walk away from the radio. Not, I'm getting feedback, please. You said 0887
32 1567.
You are giving us feedback. You're giving us feedback, so we'll not hear you because you're close to the radio.
0887.
0887
Yeah, 32.
32
1. Yeah, 15.
15
6. Yeah, 6.
64
677. Yeah.
0887 32 1567.
Yeah, 0887 32 1587.
Okay. All right. What's the name on it? Okay, you gone off. You gone off. Yeah, so you listen to him. Let me take the next caller. Go Evelyn.
Yeah.
Go Evelyn.
Yeah, there is Joseph Rani calling from my back.
Yeah, go ahead quickly, Joseph.
Yeah, the appointment the president made is.
You're very low, Joseph. You are low.
Yeah, I said the appointment the president made is fine. But we need to get more men to do the job. Because I'm making most of all in the bushes, all in the forest to monitor the thing. You know, there's a huge time Abraham Kuman coming home. Because contact, my interest, my days will be held for him. Then we'll start public 18. When people come out and say, oh, the men doing this wrong, you corporate margin to you do this wrong. You know that labour quality that is calling the whole system in the country. When they appoint someone doing the rough thing, other people come out and say, you're doing the bad one, you're doing the good one. And the problem I will get.
Okay. Thank you. Let me squeeze in the person quickly. Go evening, you are live.
Good evening, brother.
Go I'm okay. What's the name?
What is the Prince song? And I phone in for the Japanese food with this evening.
Please go ahead, Prince.
Well, let me be brief. You know, the issue of the polarization of creating jobs for people that supported Joseph Boga, it is not a strange thing. Because, you know, let me give a common parable. You know, when kids coming up, we constantly having to call joint function where everybody put money together and then they cook the food, everybody got to eat that food. So it will not be astonishing to some of us that backing the power by the means of saying to like people that you didn't have anything, you were living in fire alone. So all of the people that contributed to the wars, Baga said today, he must pay them back and they need a job. So don't worry, like people, you'll see more, even a more agencies will be created, ministry will be created, other agencies will be created. You can like to see in this country. Thanks for the time this evening.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having us here. Thanks for having us here. 0777907. Let's take one more call, then we call it a day. 0777907. Good evening, you are live.
Good evening. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. You are my last caller. What's your name?
I'm Daniel. Someone calling from Tuporo.
Please go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah. My question to the government is certainly anyone that is qualified to do the government job. Maybe rent behind motorcycles, a riot, kill people, hit people with cars. Nothing came from all of it. Then they take him, they put him behind, they carry him to that extent. So there is no other qualified security personnel in the country that could be the head of that task force. That's my question to the government.
Okay.
This particular government, they are reaching to that downfall because what they're doing is they're not going down well with the Liberian, but they seem to suffer with Liberians because we are here without even Liberians fighting for food to eat. We ain't got food in the country. Then you one person moving from place to place. Is he who know the person that educated in the country? Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having us here. Okay, folks, that does it for tonight's edition of the Talking Point. That does it for tonight's edition of the Talking Point. So that means we got to go. Yeah, we got to go, folks. We got to go. There's no time for us tonight. Let me say many thanks to every one of you, but keep putting your transaction. Yes, the Mayor Cliff of raining is coming up shortly. to see if he can give us some cash. Continue to put in your transaction *799 *9#. Sorry, we are not taking any more call. We are not taking any more calls. So sorry. We are not taking any more calls. So we sincerely apologize. But I think, folks, this issue with AP KONAH, like someone said, AP KONAH, I don't think lots of people are against AP KONAH because they hate him. But listen, when there are allegations, when you have allegations leveled against you, you should make sure, you should do everything you can to make sure you clear yourself from those allegations. But in Liberia, we usually say thing goes on for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it will go down. After 2 weeks, it will go down. So because of that, we will sit when some of these allegations come against some of those officials of government. They will sit and remain mute. They will talk. They will do nothing about it. So when it catch up with them, they be like, okay, people just want to go after the man. No, this is a man who an allegation was leveled against, very huge allegation, and the president suspended them. The president called for investigation to investigate everything that happened at the LDA. Today, we did not see the investigative report. President Barker left the allegation on him and placing over a task force to fight resources or to fight against illicit money. Imagine that. So with the doubts that people have, with the allegation hanging over him, someone say, okay, they know AP KONAH is a good man. No one says he's a bad man. Nobody's concluding here. But that's the reason why the government should have published that investigative report. That's the reason they should have concluded it, published the investigative report to clear AP out and to clear the other people out. Because it's possible some of those people might be even serving this government when the next government comes. In private sector, those people might want job. Some of these allegations will haunt them. It will haunt them. But again, in Liberia, this political thing, we value politics over, quote unquote, the interests of the country. We value politics, we value party over, quote unquote, the interests of the country. Someone say, okay, there was an allegation against AB. There was no investigation, but they know AB to be good man. So that means the man is not bad. But Samuel 12, there's an allegation Samuel 12 for corruption, but that means the person concluded that Samuel 12 actually stole. Okay. Although they went to court, the court acquitted him. He have not ended, but he said Samuel 12 actually stole. But AB KONAH, which there's an allegation, they are not going to court, nothing. There's no investigative report, nothing. We have not seen it, but he's clear. He's good man. If that is not politics over country interests, I don't know why it is. But this is the country we have now. This is the Liberia we have. And sometimes, again, you have your right to say whatever to support, whoever you feel like supporting. But sometimes we got to say some of these things because for us, we do not look at your political thing. No, your political thing we do not look at. We look at what is good for the country. And that's what exactly we're going to do. We're going to be consistent in doing that. First, let me say, have yourself a wonderful time. Join us on Monday for another fresh edition of the Talking Point. Let me say, have yourself a wonderful time from Pinsville. I'd love to say, have yourself a wonderful time. It has been a wonderful Talking Point tonight. I think the weekend edition was very awesome. Let me say many thanks to the rest of the people who called but did not come through. Yeah, we sincerely apologize. Join us Monday for another fascinating edition of the Talking Point. Until Monday, have yourself a wonderful